Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch. Thank you for joining me. Today we are doing part 2 of Lady J's personal reading, asking the question if the person that she met on the internet is the right person for her and is the one that we have been seeing in her readings before now. And in the cards, the tarot and the oracle for part 1 of this reading, it was very clear and explicit that this person was not the person. And it gave her some signs to look for in the person that is the right person, but also the reminding of taking care of oneself and the rest will naturally come. Okay? And now we're going to do a rune reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, such as the one I'm doing for Lady J, I do tarot, oracle, runes, and a crystal energy consultation over fairladyoftheloch.etsy.com. Okay, now my runes are getting a bit wore out. I'm going to have to make myself a new set or buy a new set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the runes first, okay, and I do a past, present, future, and I read both uprights and reversals, and then we will read from Find Your Power Runes by Kitty Gilsborough. Okay, now for the past we have Degas, and that's this rune right here. Okay, for the present we have Othala but in reverse. Okay, and then for the future we have Hagalaz. Okay, and we will look at each one of those in turn and read the description that goes with them, and then gain any other further intuitive messages that we can from the runes. So, Degas, as you can see here, origin of the word day, symbol of prosperity, growth, and security. And every time I've tried to show these runes on these, it hasn't showed up very well, but you might be able to see this one. This one isn't wore out very, so it should work. So, for prosperity, growth, and security. Dawn, from the Poetic Edda. Day, the glorious light of the Creator, is sent by the gods. It is beloved of men, a source of hope and happiness to rich and poor, and of service to all. And when we have slept, the dawn will always come. Over the horizon, no matter how dark the night, illumination rises, enlightenment comes, and every puzzle can be solved. In time, light returns, and not so much time either. There are 24 hours in a day and 24 runes in an alphabet, and that's not so long to wait for a fresh start. Jera, the year, promises an endless tide of time, but sometimes you need a new slate just a little quicker than that. The things you do today may be gone tomorrow. The mistakes you made yesterday may be washed clean or seen anew in a better light this morning. This is not slow change. This is not the steady turn of the wheel of the year. This is the morning coming at you in your own bed. What can you do? What will you do? Tend your projects. Love your people. Know that at the end of the day, if nothing else, you will sleep, and a new day will come no matter what. The dawn comes every day, and every day is useful. Every day can be made to be useful. This rune, the last rune, gives you the world and asks you, what will you make of it? What will you do with your life? That's too big a question for most of us. What will you do with your day? What could you do with your day? Okay, and there's a section here I'm going to reread again here. Know that at the end of the day, if nothing else, you will sleep, and a new day will come no matter what. Okay? All right. Very much a reminder to just release any pains or mistakes of the past and move forward with that new day, okay? Now, the present position that we have with Othala in the reverse. So Othala, Okay, there. Origin of the word possession, material possessions, character, and inheritance. Home. From the Poetic Edda, an estate is very dear to every man if he can enjoy there in his house whatever is right and proper in constancy and prosperity. And we had the card in your tarot reading, as you'll remember, that represented home, and it was in the reverse, just as this Othala is in the reverse. And it showed that that individual from online was not a good fit for your home. Okay, so there's continuity here. Othala reversed. Othala reversed is usually a sign of frustration and delay. You may be trying to move too fast, and that is so easy to do when we're impatient for love to find us. If you persist on going at high speeds, you may destroy any chance of reaching your goals. If you have an otherwise positive reading, you will probably achieve them. It will simply take you a little longer than you estimated. The timetable you have set may be out of step with reality. Don't be so hurried that you can't see opportunities. Rushing from project to project or relationship to relationship can blind you. Given the proper amount of time, things will fall into place. If something is immediate, remember to pay close attention to details. Brushing aside the essential but time-consuming details is the surest way to sabotage anything that has great potential. You might be standing alone. Your haste, actions, and goals may have alienated you from your friends, family, or business associates. Unfortunately, help will not be forthcoming from the usual places in which you have sought it in the past. Money won't help you out of the fix you may be in either. Sincerity will get you a lot farther than a check. Honesty will win the day. Now is the time to slow down and implement a more conservative approach. This may be all you need to fix things. If not, it is an excellent place from which to start. Let your inner truths show, and it will be difficult for anyone to resist. So the message here is be patient. Okay, be patient. All right, now, lastly, for the future position, let's look at Hagalaz. Let's see, I'm almost there. Hang on just a second. There we go. Hagalaz. The origin of the word hail, symbol of damaging natural forces disruption. Hailstorm, cold grain and shower of sleet and sickness of serpents. Now remember, the runes can be a bit more harsh than the cards. From the and that was from the Poetic Edda there. There is no weather more surprisingly unpleasant than a hailstorm. Chaotic, unpredictable, and stinging viciously against the skin, there is nothing to be done but take shelter. This rune signifies unavoidable disruption and also destruction. Think of the great hailstorms that the Vikings might have known on the cold coasts of Scandinavia and ancient Scotland. Think of the destruction huge hailstones might cause in a world where rooftops are woven thatch and the walls plastered in wattle and daub. Think of the animals killed, the children frightened, the homes destroyed, and nobody to blame for it but the universe, and the gods. This is not a man-made problem, and there is no solution to it. The only thing we can do is hide. We must wait it out. And we will wait it out. The storm always breaks in the end. The sky always clears, and we can step into it and see what the hail has left, what shapes it has carved in the earth, what has been revealed by the sky's shattering. The cold grain will grow into something if we wait. It will melt perhaps to soften the earth for the coming spring and the seeds that will grow. Okay, so remember, this one line is really important. The storm always breaks in the end. The sky always clears, and we can step into it and see what the hail has left. So the pains, the heartaches, the mistakes of our past, okay, that's the hail. It's done its damage. It's time to step out of that and into a clearer day, okay? And when that happens, and when the time is right and not before, you will receive the blessings that you have seen in your other tarot readings. I know it. It keeps coming through over and over again. Okay? I will photograph this and your rune readings and send them to you. Okay? Just as I did with the other in the Etsy report. As far as... hold on just a second. I dropped one. Okay, sorry about that. As far as your crystal energy consultation and those that I pulled intuitively, my son and I actually worked together on pulling these particular crystals. And we have the assortment here together with having the intuition and the knowledge and the wisdom to know who is your true love, okay? So we really geared our intuitive pulls towards that. And we're going to start with emerald. I have here a raw emerald, but any sort of emerald, you know, jewelry, what have you. Okay. Rhodonite. Very loving energy, especially for mothers. Labradorite. It also helps against bad negative energies. Agate. I chose this beautiful pink flower agate for this particular reading. Carnelian. Pearl. There's some pearls here in this bracelet. Fluorite. I chose green for the heart chakra. Okay. Smoky quartz. Sodalite. Tiger's eye. Pink tourmaline. This is a big chunk of raw pink tourmaline. You can get it in smaller tumbles and things like that as well. Garnet. Very, very passionate stone. Helps with self-confidence as well. Malachite. Now remember with malachite, if it's unpolished, to handle with care and wash your hands because it can be toxic with long-term exposure. Polished, you're fine though, okay? Citrine. Beautiful, beautiful citrine and its joyous energy. Lapis lazuli. Amethyst. Rose quartz. And we chose this little rose quartz wolf for this reading to bring about that loving, loyal energy that the canines in our lives tend to bring into our lives. So rose quartz. Moonstone. And here I've chosen the rainbow moonstone for your reading. And the green adventurine. And I'm using this necklace my son bought me as an example of it. How it can, in the heart shape specifically, you can channel those energies there. My son is so sweet to me. He bought me this one too. My kids are wonderful. They're just very, very sweet. And then we have the... Now, I always have to pause for a moment when I do this one. Septarian. Septarian sphere. Okay, in this particular case, but a palm stone, any bit of septarian. And not only will this help you in making such decisions and finding and understanding the person that's meant for you, but it also helps you with your own personal growth and your grounding. Okay. Okay. And then there were some that I did not have here in the house, but that I wanted to mention to you. Morganite and kunzite are also two that can help in this situation. All right, now let's see what the spirits, the ancestors, and the divine feel needs to be added to this. Oh, Malachite and Tiger's Eye came out, so they are really pushing those two. Those seem to be really important, and they're sequential, 4 and 5. So I'd say that might have a little bit of meaning to you about which one you may be more drawn to use. But Malachite and Tiger's Eye, I pulled those intuitively, and then the first ones to pop out for your cards. So I would pay attention to that. Okay, let's see if they've got anything else to show us. I think they do. Citrine. Oh, we pulled that one too. Look at that. Okay, so the description with these cards: Malachite, transformation, openness, and love. Tiger's Eye, building courage and attracting wealth. Citrine, happiness, joy, and light. Okay, this one wants to come out too. Serpentine, regeneration, luck, and healing. Let's see if any others come out. One's sticking out to me. Snowflake, obsidian, self-reflection, protection, and growth. And I'm feeling this one underneath. Carnelian, creativity, confidence, and passion, which we also pulled for your intuition. Okay, I will photograph these and send them to you, along with a list of the ones that I pulled intuitively. Lady J, I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. As you know, if there's anything that you needed clarity on in your tarot reading, you just let me know, and you get a bonus clarification reading video as well. Okay? I hope that this helped. I hope that it brings you some peace of mind and bolsters your strength and your courage and your faith for the beautiful things that lie ahead of you. Remember, you are beautiful. Please don't ever doubt it. Okay? You are loved beyond measure always. And you've got this.